Welcome, folks. This is another Toga Brothers podcast. I appreciate you all sticking around. As you guys know, I have been doing these podcasts for quite some time. As you all also know, this podcast is coming in a lot crisper, a lot clearer, right? Um, and that's intentional because I actually just bought the Razer Keo Pro um, webcam. I can't really turn it around and show you because, well, why would I, right? Um, so yeah, um, ignore what's on here. This is just for my information. I also do want to point something out. For those of you guys that don't really know, I keep this card on that board, and it's got some pretty neat, interesting information on there. If you need to, go ahead and pause the video. So it's got some Windows commands here. Let me read them to you guys. Copy, paste, delete, print, find, open, close, Windows settings, file explorer, lock screen, show desktop, open search, open run. And then on the desktop, you got your start menu, task manager, refresh, switch recent apps, maximize, minimize, virtual desktop, run as admin. Some of you guys don't know that. Um, Restore web page, control alt delete, um, screenshots. You can delete screenshot to clip or desktop screenshot to clipboard, current window to clipboard, save to screenshots folder, and capture with snip and sketch. So some pretty handy things to keep with you. Now this is a shortcut sticker. It's a matte vinyl sticker. There is no way to peel both of them, so I just keep it basically like magnetized to this. This is a dry erase board, folks. I don't know if you guys know that, but that's what this whole thing is. And also ignore these. This is just to keep this basically cord on this microphone. So this is a singer style microphone that's kind of a like a podcast type microphone and whatnot. Um, so that's why it's on this whole basically stand slash boom. And with the cords hanging around, I kind of wanted to keep things, together. And believe it or not, so this cord right here that you see that's got a 3.5 connection in the back of the microphone, right? For those of you guys that aren't really able to see, I have the Fifine microphone. I can't remember which exact model it is, but it's the Fifine model that came with this boom and this attachment, which is really nice. Um, and it also came with this really nice pop filter, which is really nice. Um, okay, so moving forward, that's why you see all these connections and stuff. I'm trying to mainstream and mainline a lot of these connections so that it doesn't look all like that. Now, do I need to use these? No, I don't, but it's actually handy to hear myself sometimes, to be able to hear what you guys hear and to hear what I hear and all that good stuff, to know if I need to turn up the volume and add some things and adjust some things. Now, I can't really hear on your behalf and I can't really hear on some others' behalf, but it's that way for a reason. Okay. So I keep that right there. Um, Also, having autism, my brain spider webs. I'm sorry for these guys that have a hard time trying to connect with me and to stick with me, but that's the way that things are. It's the way it always will be. You never grow out of it. You just learn to adapt, right? Sometimes your mask comes off, your autistic mask comes off, and it's able to be more mainstream for the neurotypicals. But that's just the way it is. Um, Also, so one thing I need to point out to you guys, back in the past, I actually had one device, and now, unfortunately, I have to use two devices because, well, unfortunately, this SIM card keeps dying on me. It asks me to keep refreshing, and it's annoying. Now, and actually, that's one of the things that I have recorded up here is how much I have left to pay from that. I'm actually leasing this device, so that's how much I have left to pay it off. Best believe when I pay this off, I will for sure. pay and keep that with me so I don't have to keep paying it off, and I might upgrade to the iPhone 14 or whatever and just see if I can get that paid off quickly. But in any case, so I used to have the physical SIM card in here, and if you have an iPhone 12 and up, you can actually have what's called an eSIM. So you can have a physical SIM card, and then you have a electronic SIM card, which is like a secondary SIM card, which is then put in here, right? It's not a physical one; it's an electronic one that they do on their records, and so you're getting signal from both SIM cards. Now, unfortunately, I'm having some issues with my SIM cards having connectivity. I don't know if it's still connected right now, but I do show if you look at the top, see that come on. Okay. See that? So I have Wi-Fi connectivity. So I'm connected to my Wi-Fi. Um, I'll I'll have to explain in a different video what was on that home screen. And that's really of none of your concern, but that's just something for me to remember. Um, so I have to keep both phones now because I actually have to keep one line for my work and I keep one line for my personal use. So if you're getting one of the phone numbers I have, you're getting this phone, right? And it's the pro version, the three cameras right there. This one is just an iPhone 12. It's just a regular run of the mill iPhone. And I don't really need to keep high vision photos for my job, so that's what that does. Okay. So that's one of the updates that I wanted to fill you guys in on. The second update, um, as you guys know, I have been kind of reserved on putting content out on my aviation channel. I, my job kind of specifically deals with people on live uh, radio. And some of them don't really wanna be recorded, some don't really wanna be on the internet and on social media. So, I really don't post a lot of that content on here, unfortunately. So, I don't really have a whole lot to tell you about because I've showed you guys a lot of my equipment, I've showed you guys a lot of what my job entails, I've showed you guys a lot of what I do, a lot of how that pertains to what I used to do. Um, and then so talking about social media, right? What we're gonna fix right now is what has been going on. So I don't know if you guys have read in the if you go up there somewhere or if you go look over there or wherever it's posted, there's a section on um the basically the community. And that community is where I, the creator and owner of this channel, okay, reach out to each and every one of you guys, okay? And, if you aren't really sure of where to do that, I can actually help you find that if you need to. I'll have to post a second, video on how to show you how to go find different sections of my channel, but for those of you guys that are tech savvy, those of you guys born in the '80s, you should be because we were in the '90s, basically born learning all about this whole internet stuff, right? It was kind of introduced to us, and then we learned it, like, on a snap, and then we pretty much took it and ran with it, okay? We are the generation that pretty much paved the way for all you guys in the 2000s and 2020s, okay? So y'all can pay, us a little bit of, a clap because we didn't invent it, but we pretty much introduced it to all of y'all, okay? We introduced Facebook, we introduced the internet, we introduced the what do you call it? The cartoon videos, okay? Like, you guys may have introduced the meme part of it, but we helped to integrate it into other places. Okay. Speaking of integrating and speaking of social media, that's what this whole podcast is all about. So, as you guys know, I started Facebook. Maybe you guys don't know this, but I started Facebook back in 2008. Now, I have a channel that I actually had to pull some of you off of, which is on this device. Okay. I've actually got Facebook on here. All right. Now, I won't show you my actual channel right quick, but it's on there. Okay. So, if you guys get an invitation from me, congratulations. If you don't, that's actually specifically only for my colleagues. So if you're not getting one, it means that we're not working together or not in close relationship of work-related items, okay? You guys already heard that. It's on a need-to-know basis. It's kind of on a need-to-be professional basis, okay? So, that's what that's for. Now, that used to be my old profile, okay? To prove my point, I would like to bring something to y'all's attention. If I go to menu here, okay, I can go to memories and then I can scroll and it'll show me all of my memories. And this memories goes all the way back from like 7, 8, 9 years ago. It's crazy. Um, so the whole point of me telling you guys this is that this was the OG channel that I did social media wise, okay? And if you're not familiar with that, then I should share a couple of the tweets later on and maybe a video or two. We'll see. So what's been going on is I'm migrating a lot of my content from that channel to my other channel, which you guys are currently aware of, right? You guys are currently connected with me on. It's a picture of me in my suit, my dress attire, right? And that's okay because that's where you guys are supposed to interact with me. Now, what's also going on is I have taken basically content from that channel and that channel, right? That YouTube channel, not YouTube, Facebook channel, and I've taken them and I saved them and I'm uploading them to, drumroll please, YouTube. So I have a new channel. It's not really new, but it's slightly new. It came out after my YouTube channel and my aviation related channel, and I've called it my Toga Brothers 24/7/365. So it's the 24/7, 365-day channel. Why did I call it that? Well, that's easy because that is what being autistic is all about. So you're not really going to hear a whole lot of my job related stuff. You're not going to hear a whole lot of um my hobby related stuff. You're not going to hear a whole lot of my photography related stuff. You're not really going to hear a whole lot of my review related stuff. You're not even going to hear a lot of my motorcycle related stuff because I do all of that stuff on other channels. So I'm trying to separate all these channels so you're not overwhelmed with all this content, right? Because if I kept posting, y'all's inbox and y'all's notifications would just go off the charts, right? You know, it'd be like, stop posting. I mean, not that I don't do that enough now, but I guess the whole point of this video is to try to tell you guys are gonna get notifications that I've got, like, 10 or 12 or 15, 25, 400 videos out. Well, what I'm really trying to tell you is, what I'm doing right now currently is I have a whole lot of videos on these USB sticks, on my hard drive, on my computer, and what I'm doing is I'm migrating them there onto YouTube. Do I think everything needs to be on the internet? No. There are certain videos that, like, I've got recorded of me being a goofball and that I've got messed up, and, of course, there's certain videos of people in them that I don't really wanna share, and they don't really wanna be on social media. I get that. Social media is a special place. And what I mean by a special place is that certain people have opinions, right? Opinions are like onions. Everyone has them. There's layers, and some of those layers are salty layers, some of those layers are foul layers, and some of those layers are raw layers. But whatever way they come, it's still an onion. Same with opinions. They're still an opinion, right? And everyone is entitled to their opinion. And I get that. Anyways, so the uh the whole point of this podcast, ladies and gentlemen, is just to tell you guys I have been integrating a lot of my files on my hard drive that I've kept. I have like, I don't know, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of videos that I've kept. For example, one of them that my best friend took was of me at a Chick-fil-A event and I was dancing. Now, I thought that that event was pretty cool. No one knows what a grand opening event looks like. So when you approach me, let's say you approach me in DC, you approach me in Georgia, you approach me in Dallas, you're like, hey, what do you do when, you're not at work? I'm like, well, that's a funny question because when I wasn't working, this is what I ended up doing. Me and my best friend, we would go to all these events. And one of these events, we actually got in as the first 100 guest. Now, that whole story, I'll have to tell you guys all about in another podcast on some, you know, events that you're not really aware of and don't really know of. Okay? So, that's that. Um, moving forward, yeah. So, a lot of those videos, I would be like, "Wait a minute, I have a video back at home, I'll have to show you. But wait, we're probably not gonna cross paths again." Okay. So, and the reason that I've come to this conclusion is I work in aviation. I work in an airport. Do you guys know how often I see the same person come back and then travel again to the same destination? Folks, we're talking like 0.0000000000.0081008%. It's a small fraction of a fraction of a fraction, and even more of a fraction, right? That's a small number, okay? Where am I going at with this? More than likely, you're not gonna be in the same place where I'm gonna be like, "Hey, hold on. I'll see you next time, and I'll show you that video," which is stored on my home screen, which is stored on my computer, which is stored on a platform that I can't really get to right now. So, yeah. Why not it just be easier to pull up YouTube on a smartphone, an iPhone, or a iPad, or whatever I've got on me? Because more than likely, I have a device that I have that I can show you content that's on the internet, that's online, which you can see anywhere. Or if you have a screen, okay, and also, by the way, I have technology which will allow you to see my channel right here, okay? I also, courtesy of Dot, okay, I wanna show you guys something that I keep with me all the time and every single day. I have what whoa, that might have to go in a blooper. Okay, I have what's called a dot card, DOT, not Department of Transportation, but literal dot card, okay? I keep it in my wallet. Now, this has a lot of different things. So, you can actually scan this, and it will tell you. You can actually scan that, and it will tell you. And I'm not gonna show you this one because you don't need to see this one, okay? This one is for my colleagues, and that's the great thing about Dot. I actually did a video on my channel about Dot. You should go check that out. Um, but this is a NFC. Do y'all know what NFC is? Near field communication. So I can tap this, right? Let's try this out. Here's a phone, okay? I'm gonna take this and tap this. Now, you see this? Watch. Open. I'm not gonna show you my passcode. There. Now, look at that. Um, there's my channel. It shows you all of my channels and all of my contact information. So, when I carry this, that's basically my whole YouTube channel. So if you ever ask me, "Hey, are you on the internet? Are you on social media?" Funny question you should ask me because I am. So, I actually have my yeah, so it says Toga Brothers Lifestyles right there, okay? You can see it? Right there? Right there? Right, underneath Toga Bros Reviews, right above the Rolling on Wings. Toga Brothers Lifestyles, okay? That channel is all of me, and that's me outside of riding my bike, taking photos, teaching you about, aviation, teaching you about reviews, all that other stuff, okay? And I know there's another one I'm forgetting, and I'm always forgetting about. Um cars. Car stuff. People who wanna learn how to do, oil changes and change out specific parts that you can reach, that you don't need a special tool, right? Like sensors that you don't need to have. All you do, and then connect, and then put back in, okay? Simple as that. Um, I have a channel so you guys can see me on things that you would like to learn about, right? But also, I've taken video of me being kinda ridiculous, kind of stupid. Um, and back in the day, like, we're talking, like, back in 2008, 2007, when I pretty much first started Facebook, right? Because I didn't start Facebook until 2008, believe it or not, guys. I kinda did this a little late because I was on MySpace, I was on my yearbook, and I was like, I really don't wanna open another platform. And it wasn't as broad and it wasn't as mainstream as it was at the time, so I was like, I don't really feel like I want to start a new online life, right? I don't need to explain a whole lot, do a whole lot. So, I didn't really do that at the time. Well, years later, I kinda regret that decision because look at it explode now, right? I mean, it's everywhere. Even people, like, even businesses are using it to connect with us, which is kinda weird to believe, right? They're using it to interact with their customers. Like, it used to be like, "Hey, here's my product in this store, go buy it." Right? And you'd be like, "Hey, I have a problem," and that's how you'd interact with them. Like, "Hey, what do you need? We're here to help you." Now it's, "Hey, why don't you reach out to us? We're on social media. Come check us out. We're gonna be coming to your town." So they went from being on TV, which is no longer relevant, to being on Facebook, which is all the kind of relevant. So I'm basically kind of making the same shift as a regular business would. I realized that being on Facebook is kind of like personal, but it also can cause a lot of problems. And by that, I mean, some people actually don't have an account and they want to view my content. Like I've actually happened into this a couple of times. Like one of my friends doesn't want to have an account on Facebook, doesn't want to be involved in that, but they want to watch Facebook content. Well, I can't. Why? Because, like, all the other places this is what irks me too. Small little side rant. If I'm on Amazon and I need to buy a product, I don't wanna be a customer. Let me just buy it and walk out. Like, if I walk into your store, I don't wanna sign up for some customer reward type thing, right? I'm just going in there, I'm buying what I'm buying because no one else carries it. I'm gonna walk out, I'm paying you for your good. I'm gonna walk out, I get my product, I'm good, I'm happy, that's what you want. I have my product, you have your revenue, right? Both of us are happy, okay? What's not gonna make me happy is if you basically bombard me with emails saying, "Come back, come back, come back." Like, you have nothing I need. Honestly, you have nothing I need that I can't buy elsewhere. If you have products that I can't buy elsewhere that you only have, that's a different story. And I'll come back when I need it. Like, one thing I used to remember is that Radio Shack used to have a bunch of parts that no one else would carry, like, soldering parts, circuit board parts, special computer parts. You'd be like, "Hey, let's go to Radio Shack. I'll go buy that part there." They're out of business. Now, Best Buy, it's mainstream. You go there, it's nothing but iPads, iPhones, Samsung products, and TVs. The only computer parts they have is USB cables, and that's it. That's it, folks. They don't even have computer paper there. I mean, they don't even have, like, major printers there. It's kinda crazy. I don't mean major printers like your Epson and your color photo printers. I mean, like, your old parallel port type printers. That's how, like, transformed they are, okay? So, I am the same way. I realize that I'm not for a very small, minute crowd, right? There's a lot of stuff I do that you can benefit from, that you can relate to, and I think it'd be kind of fun for you to see my channel. So, I'm posting a lot of my content that I'm holding onto that I think you all can enjoy for a wide mainstream platform, right? So, I apologize if you're getting bombarded in your notification section that I'm uploading these videos. So, here's my suggestion. Go to your notification settings and turn off the notifications that I'm uploading if you don't wanna hear that, okay? And you can, and I have no problem with that. Matter of fact, a lot of you people that have channels, I don't do that. I turn those notifications right off, right? But I'll go and view your channel when you upload new stuff. Like, I see your channel, okay? It's not like I don't view it. So, go ahead and do that for you. But like I said, guys, I'm only on here to tell you that I'm moving from a physical media to a online cloud forum type platform, aka YouTube. So I'm sharing my stuff with you, and I'm hoping that you will share your stuff with me. Not really like the same way, but we can laugh, we can giggle, we can, go through all that stuff on YouTube. All right. I'm going to slowly be pulling it from my Facebook, and then the only thing that's going to be left on my Facebook is like, hey, if you want to see more content, jump over on YouTube and that sort of stuff. Um, Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end the, podcast, guys. I appreciate y'all listening. I appreciate y'all sticking around. For those of you guys that are watching, I appreciate it. Go check out my other YouTube channels. Like, I showed. Matter of fact, if it's still on the screen, yeah, go do yourself a favor, pause this video, and go check out those channels. Okay? For those of you guys that are listening, I am going to put in the chat my name. Now, I'm not gonna be doing a whole lot, but, um, there you go. Reviews. First due. Cars. Motorbikes. What else? My life, which is the one you guys are currently listening on, so I would hope that you're subscribed. I would hope that you go and add this to your channel. Um I know I'm missing something else. I always do this. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, and then how can I forget this one? My aviation channel. That's the one that started the whole thing. The aviation related channel on YouTube. Down there in the comment section, right? Or down there, right? Go check that out, guys. I appreciate it. This is just a small little podcast. I hope you guys enjoy my other podcasts. I'll do another one in a little bit, but I wanted to catch you guys up and explain to you guys what's been going on. And I'm going to continue on adding more videos and stuff as they come. So, yeah, stick around, guys. Thank you all for watching. I'm Sean the Togo Brother. I'm out.